Tug, what's going on? This preacher. So, man, so my little daughter, little Jeep Power Wheel thing came in, right? Here, let me show you. So yeah, that thing that came in. So I'm gonna have to put that thing together and try to hide it so she can't see it. You know. So after I got home Saturday, I had picked up an extra load on the freight the direct freight that I got, my little contract. All right, so I worked hard last week, man. I worked hard last week. I did like 3,300 miles last week picking up this extra load. You know, because it's 625 miles. But that's one way and the way coming back. So it wound up putting me over 3,300 miles for the week. First time since I had the truck that I did that many miles. But it was Christmas time. So, you know, I want to make sure I had some money going out, you know, for my kids and stuff for Christmas. So I went ahead and did it. And then I delivered that load Saturday morning. And I was back home by 10:30 on Saturday. So technically I worked this Saturday. But I was done by 10:30 in the morning. I delivered the load at 8:30 in the morning when I had delivered the load. So, but it also put me at $6,800 for the week as well. So I did a little bit over 3,300 miles for 68. Y'all want to do the math and tinker with all that stuff? Go right on ahead. That's not that important to me to be sharing all that stuff with you all the time like some other people do, like they got something to prove or whatever. Because I don't got nothing to prove. As long as my bills are being paid and I'm making the money that I need to make, that's the only thing that I worry about. So all this week I've taken off all this week, and I might go out on Saturday. All depends, but if my truck is ready. So because of they didn't have my direct freight wasn't shipping any loads this week, so it allows me to be able to take off. Because you know I have to pick up two loads, at least two loads a week for them. But if they is not shipping anything this week, I said okay, cool. Let me take that time off, and I put the truck in the shop for a PM, and I had two air leaks, so they are fixing the two air leaks that I had. I had two, but after they fixed the two, I told them, yeah, man, just go ahead and go through it and make sure that there's no more air leaks nowhere. You know, make sure that my brakes are adjusted. Just make sure the truck is 100%. So I'm just taking this time just to make sure that the truck is 100% to go out again, and I don't have to worry about no DOT inspections. I had got one on my way coming back in Georgia. I got one, and then the lady was like, "Yeah, it's a little leak here. You barely can hear it, but it's a little leak right here." And I knew it was a little leak right there, but I was like, "For real? Are you serious? Man, that must just happen," because it passed the air brake test. So even though it passed the brake test and the air leakage test, it still is a leak. It's just a little small leak. But if you start moving the air hoses around, I guess that's what she was doing. You know, make sure that they were secured. That's when you hear the leak once the air hoses got moved. And so I was like, okay, cool. But she gave me 100% pass because it passed the air brake check. But she said, you probably want to get that looked at. It looked like a fitting is starting to go. I said, yeah. And I knew it was. I knew a fitting was starting to go because when I was fixing my that cable on my battery that powers the ECM. I was moving that cable around. I heard the leak once I moved the cable around. But as long as it's secured, it really doesn't matter. But I'm like, no, let me go ahead and just fix it, because if the fitting is starting to mess up now, no telling when it's gonna mess up all the way. So I just rather just go ahead and just fix that and be done with it. So took this week off for that. So he called me today about changing my belt on my AC compressor. He said that belt is starting to go. And I was like, well, yeah, I noticed that the belt was frayed a little bit on the AC compressor. Now, it doesn't matter on my truck because the it only controls the AC compressor. It just means that if it pops, I won't have air conditioning. That's the only thing. But it's cold right now. I really don't need it. But I do have an extra belt for it. And I was like, well, yeah, go ahead and change it. And I let them know where the extra belt that I had, which was under the passenger seat. Because I have an extra belt for everything. I have an extra belt for the alternator as well. And my water pump as well. So I have those extra belts. I said, well, yeah, I got the belt. He already got it right there. Might as well go ahead and do it. And my coolant leak for my coolant reservoir is leaking from where I have a screw at. So he's looking into that. And maybe he can fix it. And he said if he can't fix it, then he just order me a new one. It's $120 for a new one. I was like, okay, fine, cool. Let's just get it done, and let's have it all done by Monday. So long as everything's done by Monday, I'm good to go. But that's what's going on with me now. I'm gonna take my kids to the mall so they can buy my wife and I some Christmas gift. I'll talk to y'all later.